Montreux is a lakefront city surrounded by the majestic Alps. It has a Mediterranean climate and stretches along the coast of Lake Geneva. It is an absolutely stunning location to visit and somewhere that you should definitely put on your bucket list, that's for sure. Stick around to find out some of the best places to visit in Montreux, a truly breathtaking winter vacation spot. First, we have Chateau de Chalon. Montreux is a charming city on the shores of Lake Geneva and at the base of the Swiss Alps. While not as well known as other Swiss cities, Montreux has hosted a number of luminaries, including Freddie Mercury, Charlie Chaplin, Igor Stravinsky, and Ernest Hemingway. And there is certainly something special about the city. When it comes to Montreux attractions, the Chateau de Chalon Montreux has to be at the top of the list. This Montreux castle is arguably Switzerland's most visited historic monument, and it's a terrific destination for families with children of all ages to visit. There are plenty of castles within the area, but hands down, Chateau de Chalon has to be the most beautiful. This castle in Montreux is situated on a small rocky island just off the shores of Lake Geneva and dates back to the 12th century, making it a historically significant destination. Its current state is the result of various constructions and renovations over numerous centuries. Next, we have the Queen Studio Experience. The next location will definitely impress all those Queen fans out there. Queen made 7 albums in this studio, which is a must-see for its devoted fans who want to learn more about their oeuvre and history. If you want peace of mind, come to Montreux, Freddie Mercury once said. Other musical legends such as Iggy Pop, David Bowie, and the Rolling Stones have utilized this studio, which retains handwritten lyric notes by Queen and other such mementos. According to legend, Freddie Mercury fell in love with the region after attending the Montreux Jazz Festival in 1978. He promptly chose to make his home there, renting an apartment with a view of the lake. He bought the Mountain Studio shortly after, a recording studio where Queen recorded 7 of their hit albums, including their final album, Made in Heaven, which was completed shortly after Freddie's death. The studio has now been transformed into a tiny exhibition where Queen fans can come and celebrate their passion for the band. It's a small museum, but you can hear their top singles, see Freddie's outfits, and view the band members' handwritten song lyrics and notes, as well as other personal mementos. Next up, Riviera Tour Cruise. The next activity is a must if you are visiting Montreux. The CGN trip spans 2 hours and departs at the Montreux dock. It makes stops along the way, including Vevey, Chalon, and Villeneuve, and you can basically get on and off whenever you want. As a result, this is a fantastic option to combine a peaceful cruise with one of the neighboring sites. If you just have a limited amount of time, simply stay on board and do the 2-hour trip in one sitting, taking in the breathtaking scenery, the Swiss mountains, Chalon Castle, and the Swiss Riviera will all be seen from the boat. This Montreux boat tour is available all year, but only on Sundays during the winter. We highly recommend this one, a great family activity. Next is walking around the Montreux Promenade. If you're in Montreux during the summer, we recommend going for a stroll along the beautiful lakeside promenade. The Montreux Promenade, which hugs the banks of Lake Geneva from Vevey to Villeneuve, is a long stroll that should be walked carefully to truly appreciate the natural splendor of Montreux and Lake Geneva. It's a short, level stroll that rewards you with spectacular views over the lake to either Chalon Castle or Vevey, depending on which direction you go. Animal sculptures and carefully maintained flower beds may be found along the walk, adding to the natural wonder and beauty of the lakeside promenade. You can even go swimming if you have the time and the weather is nice. Next, we have water sports in Lake Geneva. Lake Geneva is a deep lake shared by Switzerland and France on the north side of the Alps. It is one of Western Europe's largest lakes, as well as the largest along the Rhone's path. 60% of the lake is in Switzerland, the cantons of Vaud, Geneva, and Valais, and 40% is in France. It's absolutely stunning and something you definitely don't want to miss if you're in the area. If trekking kayaking isn't your thing, take a plunge in Lake Geneva or try one of the various water sports available like canoeing, water skiing, and sailing. Don't worry if you don't know anyone. There are several services that will organize classes for you. Next on the list is the Museum of Montreux. If you want to learn more about the history of the Montreux region, the Museum of Montreux is the place to go. Even the museum's location has historical value, as it is housed in a group of 17th century wine growers' houses that are listed on Vaud's Architectural Heritage List. The collection of the museum is grouped into 4 categories: history, soil, tourism, and hospitality. Knife sets, primitive utensils, coins, lace making, embroidery equipment, fire branding devices, and a massive display of over 2,200 thimbles are among the many items on display. Now we have the Lavaux vineyards. Lavaux is a region in the Swiss canton of Vaud, in the Lavaux-Aran district. Lavaux is made up of 830 hectares of terraced vineyards that run for around 30 kilometers along Lake Geneva's northern coast. Although there is evidence that vines were produced in the area during Roman times, the real vine terraces date from the 11th century, when the territory was ruled by Benedictine and Cistercian monasteries. The terraced vineyards of Lavaux are one of Montreux's most popular attractions. You can either take the Lavaux Express train to visit the vineyards, or walk through them while drinking the chasselas wine, which is dry and fragrant. Next is Promenade, one beautiful spot that is not only relaxing, but it is also extremely beautiful, is the Promenade in Montreux. The Promenade is always a lively place for tourists and visitors in every city with a lakeside view, and Montreux is no exception, with its 3.5-kilometer-long stretch between Clarens and Chateau de Chalon, with a vista you can enjoy while having a relaxing walk. Now we have the Swiss Museum of Games. Another interesting attraction to go visit while in Montreux is the Swiss Museum of Games. While the Swiss Museum of Games appears to be a kid-friendly attraction, it is more suited to adults or older children because it examines how games have evolved over time. From ancient times to the present, visitors are led on a journey through the history of gaming. There are a few areas in the exhibition where you are invited to play games from both the ancient and modern periods. Many of the activities are hidden behind screens and require text reading, which is not suitable for small children. Check it out if you're an adult interested in the history of games. Otherwise, I recommend skipping if you're a family with young children. Up next, Chocolate Workshop. If you enjoy chocolate, I mean, who doesn't? We highly recommend considering attending a session where you may create your own chocolate masterpiece. A chocolate workshop can be attended by the entire family in Laterac. Depending on your interests, you can choose from a variety of workshops. Visit the store even if you can't make the workshop. You may watch experienced chocolatiers at work. Visit a small chocolate exhibit to learn about the chocolate making process, and of course, buy some wonderful Swiss chocolate here. The Swiss are known for their delicate, rich, delicious chocolates, so obviously this is a must. Now we have the chocolate train. Do you know what the chocolate train is? This tourist train departs from Montreux and carries passengers to Gruyères, a beautiful medieval village where you can sample both chocolate and cheese. One of the most popular day tours from Montreux has to be this one. During the day, the train stops at 2 locations: Maison Calère, where you can take a chocolate factory tour, and Gruyères, where you can visit the Gruyère cheese factory. Unfortunately, the chocolate train only operates from May to October, and it wasn't running when we visited in January. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy everything Gruyère has to offer. You'll just have to create your own. Lastly, we have the Lantern Trail of Les Pleiades. For a truly surreal experience, take a train ride to Les Pleiades and walk down the trail by kerosene lights. After the excursion, don't return to Montreux until you've tried the chocolate fondue. P.S. If you're visiting during the winter, don't forget to bring warm clothing, snowshoes, and hand mittens. And there you have it, everything you need to know about some of the best and most beautiful places to visit while in Montreux, arguably one of the most breathtaking vacation spots. The great thing about many of these spots and locations mentioned, plenty of them are free or very inexpensive, making it accessible to basically everyone. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Which spot on this list interests you the most? Have you ever thought about taking a vacation to Montreux? Why not add this location to your bucket list? But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.